Welcome back to Bookmates with Shelley.
And Yvonne.
We're back after a little bit of a break.
Yep, a sabbatical.
We've had a lot going on. Let's do a quick recap. We haven't done one since our June one, right? I think it was June,
Yeah, I think so.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Before I
So tell us, Yvonne, where are you?
So I am officially almost settled in South Carolina. Uh did you hear that tang?
I know. Look at
See?
you.
Thank you. Tang. Um so yeah, we I drove from Texas to South Carolina at mid June, and we are here near the Greenville area. Very pretty. We are enjoying the weather. Um, we are missing terribly HEB. Like, you don't have an idea how much we're missing it. It's
So,
ridiculous.
what grocery store did you find?
It's So I'm trying not to compare, but it's hard not to. So there's one here that is called Lowe's, that it's more in like um it's not like it's a little bit cleaner. Sorry, you see my cats on the back.
I see them.
So we
That's
have
new too. Yvonne got a new cat,
yes, we
and I
have
got
to
2
say
new puppies.
goodbye to my baby, but then she sent us a little kitten that he is possessed, and we love him. But yeah. Anyway, we have Publix. I'm not a huge fan of Publix. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, Publix!" I'm like, okay, no. Um, we have Walmart, Target, but yeah, I have to go
Okay.
like to 5 different places to really like find the things that we want.
And for those of you listening that are not from Texas, HEB is our
Is the best.
gold standard.
Yeah.
It is the absolute best grocery store there ever
In the
was.
universe. Yep.
It really is. I still remember growing up because my grandmother lived in, Texas and us going to HEB, and I remember being like, "Wow, this is."
And if that was in the 90s, imagine now that they have like, it's
Yeah, and it's blown up since that
yeah,
since then. I mean, I don't know what they just have everything you would need.
yeah.
If you want clean, it's there. If you want, cheaper off-brand, it's there. HEB's brand of
It's
thing
amazing. It's
is
so
so
good.
good. I know we are definitely spoiled, and it
Yeah.
takes moving away to really appreciate it more.
Yes. My daughter is like all the time, she's like, I miss HEB queso. And I'm like, I
I
know.
know, yes. I mean, well, we even when we go to the lake house in Louisiana,
Yeah.
we pack before we go because it just nothing
Oh.
compares.
Hey, nothing does more than my HEB. So yeah, they're not paying us. It's that we love it. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kids are good in school. Ignacio is a senior this year, and then Valeria is in third grade, and now my oldest, he came back home from Chicago, so we're all
You're all
all
together.
together, and
The 5 of you are back.
yeah, with 3 cats in a townhouse. So yeah, hey, but you know something? It's part of the adventure.
Exactly.
So yeah,
It's a season.
yeah, it is. We are enjoying the weather. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The scenery, the trees. Yeah. So
That was one thing whenever I knew that you were gonna be moving to that area, I was thinking, "Oh, you get to experience a real fall. You
yeah,
get to see the changing of the leaves. You get to go to apple orchards and do all that fun stuff that we can't do here in the
Yeah,
desert of Texas that it was 98 degrees on the first day of
that's
fall.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Blasphemy.
yep, it is.
And then I'm crunching grass not because of fall, but because it's been dead since July.
Yeah. Not how we want to October to
No,
go.
no.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, today's episode is going to be dedicated to one of our now favorite authors.
Yep,
I would say it's in our top favorite authors. So
agree.
we'll give you a little hint before we dive in. There once was a child, clever and good, who tarried in shadow in the depths of the wood. There also was a king, a shepherd by his crook, who reigned over magic and wrote the old book. The two were together, so the two were the same. The king and the monster they became.
Mira.
Chills. Chills. This episode is dedicated to Rachel Gillig, author of One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns, the duology, The Shepherd King, and then, yes, Night
And
and
I
the
and the
Moth.
Moth, which the second one is coming out in November of 2026, right? Is it November or
I
October?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So I believe you were the one that wanted to read this one last year.
I was the first one that read One Dark Window. And when I read it, I told Sheldon, I was like, I think you're gonna really like it. It was very different, completely different. Um, and then I read it, and then you read it, and you were like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" You finished the first one, and then you went straight to the second one.
I think I finished the whole duology within a week
Yeah,
or maybe 2
yeah.
weeks time.
I want to say that these the at least the first book is the first book that I finished first than Shelley. But then
That is
obviously,
true.
she went ahead and she demolished the second book before I finished it. But yeah, here we are.
Well, and it was great because when you introduced it to me, you said that it was gonna be gothic fantasy romance
Yeah.
was kind of how you explained it, and I was thinking to myself, "Okay, well, what makes it gothic?" So, in your words, what would you say what about it makes it not just fantasy romance, but gothic?
So for me, it was I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes when I read, um, I get like bursts of colors throughout the book, you know?
Yep.
Um, I can start reading and I would, it's sometimes like when you see a movie and the movie is like darker. That happens to me with books. And it was like that. It wasn't any brightness, the colors weren't bright. It was more, like grays and blacks and
I know. You're right about that because even thinking back to the descriptions in the book, I don't really remember them talking about it being sunny,
no.
but there was something with the sun.
Yeah, at one time, but it was at the end of the second book
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they went ahead, like, they were talking about, but when they were talking about the mist and everything, how they were explaining everything,
yeah.
that was the vibe that it gave me. And also for me, gothic too is when they cannot, that they have the feelings and everything inside, but they don't express it that much. It's more reserved, um, almost like how people are in England.
Yes.
So that's,
Yes.
yeah, that's the way that
I know, I always picture I've never been there. Have you ever been
yes,
to You have? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been, but I picture it being just dark and gloomy and just gray.
Yep.
Like, the buildings being gray,
Yep.
everything just kind of being
Pretty much.
colorless.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, so, and I think I picked it up. I want to say it was after I finished. Was it? Uh, I think it was after I finished last year one of the Jennifer Armentrout books.
Okay. I feel like that would yes.
Yeah, I think it was. Yes, it was after we finished one of Nikto's and Serafina's
The
books.
last one of that, yeah.
And that we were like, I told him, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Yeah.
What am I gonna
I think
read? So I
yeah.
wanted something that wasn't romantasy, like, like we are accustomed to. So
Mhm.
that's why I picked it. And I also liked that it wasn't like 10 book commitment.
I know, I and so that was gonna be my follow-up question with that and or comment is the duology.
Yeah,
I like duologies
same.
because sometimes it can just go on, and I just don't and even though I love it, at the end of it, these longer series, I'm like, "Yes, I want more," with certain series, but especially if you're about to start one that you didn't start from the beginning that already has 6 plus books out, it
Yeah,
can feel daunting,
yeah,
whereas a duology feels very achievable,
yeah,
and it kind of it's almost like a open, shut, and done. And I liked that about it, and I think that's why I read through it. I mean, I read fast anyway, but I think that's what got me into it as well. But I honestly did not know if I was gonna like it because I've never really I wouldn't say I haven't read that genre, but like you said, this was very unique.
yes, yes.
Her writing is very unique, and
She's amazing. And Shelly and I have talked about it multiple times, and I've told her, I feel intelligent and accomplished when I read her books.
yeah.
We, I think Shelley was the one that said that she's almost like the Shakespeare of our time, and we will
Yes.
go till the end. We will ride that horse till the end of the mist to say that.
Yes. Well, and yeah, I mean, it was very poetic
Yes,
throughout it, and I loved how she started each chapter with, that,
like the
almost
little
like
prose.
yes, a little rhyme,
Yeah.
and then all the little sayings
Yes.
along the way that Nightmare did.
Yes. But even she incorporating that, if you are not, for example, Shelley loves reading poetry, you
Mhm.
know? Um, Not everybody likes poetry. Even with that, the way that she presents it, it's a way that it's easy for people to follow,
Yes,
and you don't get frustrated. I Even more, I will say that, her writing, and I wasn't frustrated when I was reading the riddles and the rhymes. Like I would be like with the book that we're actually reading right now, that they keep talking about prophecies and things like that, and we're like, ooh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was perfection in my opinion. It was.
Well Yeah, well, because it was short and sweet,
Yeah,
the poetry in it, but it also explained what was gonna basically happen within that chapter, and I loved it. So I just wanna I've just pulled up chapter 2 just to give the readers a little example or the listeners an example. "Nothing is free, nothing is safe. Magic is love, but also it's hate. It comes at a cost, you're found and you're lost. Magic is love, but also it's hate." So those little I just loved
yeah,
it. It was just fun, And like you said, I mean, it was a different spin on things.
Yes.
Short, sweet, it rhymed, it was catchy.
And the magical system or the fantasy aspect of it was completely different, which I really
Yes.
liked. Um you didn't, we didn't have any vampires, we didn't have any, werewolves or anything like that. You a lot of our readers, listeners know, and if not, they, I also really enjoyed it because of the tarot element of it, the cards,
Yes.
and how each card represented something different. That for me was like super interesting, and also, and and again, for me, it reaffirmed that you don't need to um overdo the plot and overdo,
The fantasy
the
aspect, the
fantasy.
world building.
Yes, yes, you can keep it simple, you can keep it, and not simple, because this wasn't simple,
No,
it was very rich, but you didn't feel,
overwhelmed by
yeah,
it.
and frustrated,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
I agree. Yep. Well, and her writing is just so beautiful and captivating too. I mean, and coming from I mean, I like literary fiction
Mhm.
in general, but I also really love fantasy and I love fantasy romance. So to have all of that together it just created the perfect book, the
Yes,
perfect element for what I really like in something because I think you and I might be a little different on how much we want in a book.
uh,
I'm more of I like fantasy romance where it's heavy on the fantasy and not meaning heavy on like there's just tons and tons and tons of layers and world building, but I like the story
yeah,
with romance attached to it.
as a side dish.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Like I like that to kind of be going alongside it
Mhm.
as those things grow together. I don't necessarily like it when that's the main focus and then the fantasies kind of on the side
Yeah,
with that. And this just was very balanced. Like
yeah,
it had all the elements just really evenly distributed. And she's a newer author and this was her first book,
wow,
which was amazing because based on how it was written, I would have thought that this would have been like her 5th. Oh, is that the new one?
yeah, that's Luke.
Luke.
Hi, Lukey.
But she does have a BA in literary theory.
There you go.
So she has been writing for a while. This is just her published writing
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
come out. But I mean, and you can definitely tell that she has a BA in that because it came on the pages that way.
Well, yeah, but also, when you have a gift of storytelling,
Yes.
that, and for me, she does have it, like, in so much quantity, because for you to condense the information the way that she did it and not do a 700 book, page book,
Yes.
and we understood. I can clearly say that there's no loose ends
Mm-mm.
in that duology.
Nope.
It was everything tied out, to the end, and everything was, um, and the twists and turns.
Yes.
I was like, what?
I know. There were great twists and turns in
Yes.
it, and I really did not know where the story was gonna go, and I think for multiple reasons. One, it was so different than I mean, we kind of know what's predictable in
Yeah.
our romantasy books.
Yeah.
There's not that much divvying away from how those are are put together,
Yep.
and I think that's, again, why I liked it so much because it was very different. But yeah, I didn't know what was gonna happen, and then when I first started reading it, I guess a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't read it for this little nugget, I thought Nightmare was gonna be the love interest.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
I was like,
Okay.
"Is this the love interest? Is this gonna be" so I had that in my mind
Uh-huh.
in the beginning.
Mhm. I like that. Um, I don't know if it happened to you. I think, and like you were saying that, I really like my romance in my books. I I was totally fine with the romantic aspect of the books,
Mhm.
with how they with the I don't want to say spicy scenes because they weren't like well, maybe, maybe
I mean, I
the
would give it would you give I mean, you're better at the pepper ratings. Would you give it like a 1 or a 2?
I will give it maybe like a 1.5
Okay.
on that first book, and then also on the second one.
Yeah.
But I was totally okay with it,
Yeah.
I wasn't I wasn't like, "Oh my god." No, I didn't need it, it's almost like this book doesn't have peppers. This book has a little bit of tahini in it.
Ah.
Yeah, it's tahini
Sprinkled in.
sprinkle, yeah, and
I like that
yeah,
concept.
I was totally okay with it.
Well, and I think we were okay with it because the story itself was so captivating
Yes, yes,
and the relationships were explained in a way that we got what we needed from it,
yeah, yeah,
and I think we've said that about Throne of Glass too,
yes,
that what we got was enough because there was so much dialogue
mhm,
and so much connectivity in the words
yes,
that we didn't really need it.
yeah,
So
and
our content was rich.
yes, yes,
So, like you said, then we're just gonna sprinkle the we just need to sprinkle.
yep, yeah, and when it happened, it was beautiful,
Yes.
and it was very tasteful, and
Yes.
this coming from a person that the type of books that I read, people, the one that thank you ma'ams.
The one that makes my face turn red.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm not even gonna tell you the ones that I'm listening to right now. Uh no. So anyway,
But yeah, it was it I and the other thing that I liked about it, you and I both love some good banter,
yes,
and we love side characters.
yes,
They make the book.
1,000%.
And
She has done an amazing job in all those 3 books. It
yes.
reminded me a lot of Carrion in Quicksilver.
Yeah.
How she, because in Quicksilver, Carrion is I adore him. We
Yep.
love him. But yeah, it was everything. I wasn't mad when the other chapters were going on that weren't about like the primary,
Uh-huh.
like what happened. For example, when I read Throne of Glass in the beginning, when I used to see a chapter of the witches, I got pissed. And I was like, ugh, this again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in this one, no, not at all.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Perfection.
And Also, I was thinking of Night in the Moth, switching over to the newest one that came out because she did the same thing in this one with Bartholomew.
So
I mean, I could not love a gargoyle? How do you say
gargoyle.
gargoyle?
Wait,
Look, I'm the
what?
speech therapist, and I'm like, gargoyle? That's like a
Rules?
hard one. I could not love him more. Uh, I would be reading, and I would just laugh out loud, and several times, and Warren would be like, "What are you reading?" And I would try to explain it, and I said, "You don't understand. I mean, these little one-liners that he was spitting
Amazing,
out
amazing,
was
amazing. Perfect.
so great."
Yep. Yeah, and his story.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I kept seeing, I mean, you and I are always behind the book talk
Yeah,
stuff. We're usually months, if not years behind
and
the
I don't
hype.
mind
We don't mind it.
at all.
But I remember when this first came out, I kept seeing these big, like, Bartholomew, Bartholomew, and I'm like, "What in the world?" I didn't understand it, but I kept seeing people saying it, and so then whenever we hear his story, I'm like, "Bartholomew."
Wow. Yep. My,
I cried.
oh my gosh, my oldest, he has a very good friend of his from high school, and she loves to read books, and we talk about books a lot. So she messaged me the other day saying that she was almost done. She had just finished the chapter of Bartholomew's
Oh,
backstory, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "I know." It was,
oh.
yeah, it was amazing. Such a good book. Such a good
Yes,
book.
this one was such a good book. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like, again, it was the whole prophet
Yeah,
thing, and I mean, I didn't even think about how much you would probably connect with these books on that level.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I didn't think about it until you mentioned it. I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah, that would be kind of
It
along your
was
lines."
so good. It was so good. But
Mhm.
done in a good, because there's so many books that use that, but they don't represent it. I really liked it because for me, that's the essence of it. It's just a card that gives you information and you can interpret it the way that you want it, and you can
Yeah,
either use it to better yourself or not. But I really liked how they, you know, because there was a time where, they wouldn't do anything without the cards.
yeah.
And the cards were, oh yeah, we need to have the cards, and you can, uh but then as it goes starts evolving, you see, that the cards are not, everything, and if you leave
Mhm.
it all for the cards, then you lose your soul. Yeah, it was just perfection. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you and I both talked about I really liked Sybil,
Yes.
the FMC for Night in the Moth,
Yes.
because, in some of the books that we read, the female lead kinda comes into their
Yes.
own throughout the book, like, they
Mhm.
kinda start off a little bit more reserved,
Mhm.
or they've been, whatever their backstory is, and she's got a backstory,
Yep.
but she came out the gates just really strong, powerful, witty,
Yes.
and kinda gave everybody a run for their money,
Mhm.
and she had that side of her, and then the other side was very, you know, dedicated to the what was the
Abyss.
abyss?
Yeah.
Abyss? I'm reading the other book, and we keep saying abyss, but it's
Because that's where it's going. The
yes.
abyss.
But, yeah, so she was dedicated to that,
Yeah.
a blind dedication to it, no pun intended there. Um, and then but she still just had so much personality,
Yes.
and, she gave the knight a run for his money too, and I liked
Rory.
that. I was not Rory,
Stop. Wow.
what
Would you prefer him? I know it's so bad. Would you prefer him to the to ¿cómo es que se llama? The one from One Dark Window.
oh, what was his Raven? Was that his
Raven. Would you prefer Rory to Raven?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to look back. It's been a whole year since I read the other one. I don't know. I think there's aspects of Raven that I like more than Rory. Just his character throughout was very consistent,
Yeah.
and I liked his darkness overall.
Mhm.
I would say my only critique about Rory is he kinda got soft at a certain part about midway through, mid to latter part. I
Mhm.
feel like he got a little bit more like a lovesick puppy.
No.
No?
Yes. He allowed himself to open up. He allowed
True.
himself because he kept seeing this, you know, woman that, she kept like doing things that he never thought, you know,
True.
out of the, she was completely out of the perception of what a what was it they called the seers, was it?
Yeah. A prophet.
No, the diviners. Sh
Oh, diviners,
Yeah,
yes.
she went completely against what the picture of a diviner was,
Uh-huh.
Um, and she was unapologetic with what she needed to do and who was she looking for, um, and the way that she kept like trying to look for her friends
Yeah.
and help the king and people that she didn't know, that I think that allowed him to get his guard down a little bit,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I yes, it was a slow burn,
Mhm.
but we weren't 4 books in, you know
No, no, and we weren't surprised by it
no,
at all,
and
and it was
the tension was there.
the tension was there, so yeah, and I would never call this an enemies to lovers
No, mm-mm,
because they weren't that.
no.
It was, you had some just tension, and I don't really like you for
When
that,
the
but
chapter when he was, like, fitting her for the
oh,
armor,
yeah. Yeah.
nothing happened, but
No.
I was like, "Okay, Rory,
I was hot.
see you." And I
Yeah.
was and on that chapter, I was on the car rider line to pick up my daughter.
Were you really?
Yeah, and what happened, all of a sudden, I look up, and the line had already moved, and I was like, "Oh."
Oh, you were that person where
I
you
was
getting honked
that
at and
person.
like, "Come
That was me.
on."
Mhm. I'm like, "People, you should have hugged," but nobody hugged. There you go.
Okay, so throwing the question back to you, who would you prefer, Rory or
Rory.
Raven?
Oh, Rory,
Rory. Yeah.
1000%. Yes, yes.
I have
I
to go back. Yeah.
I like that when he decided to go for it, he went ahead and he did it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm that way. I like when people communicate.
Yes.
I
I don't like the whole you and I do not like that miscommunication trope.
we hate it,
Hate
like,
it.
1000%. That's
Yeah.
why I stopped and I will not pick up again the Spark of the Everflame. Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no.
I know, you and I have talked about that one. That's a it's a that one is a love-hate for me. I wouldn't say that I absolutely loved this series, but I really
The
because I was
first
like,
book, amazing.
first book was amazing,
So good.
and
Second book,
everybody
I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
and everybody seemed to say, if I remember correctly, I feel like people loved the second book, and we were so frustrated in that second book.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like this, but I do like the characters and I do like the story as a whole, but it's those little tropes that you and I just were like, this is I feel like I am getting beat up
Yeah.
mentally every day. And we like a little mental beat up, but not that
But not
much.
that much. Yeah, no.
It was too much.
No, no, no.
But yeah. I do like Rory a lot, and I like Raven. I think they were just two different characters. So
I do
yeah.
love his, Raven's cousin.
Yes.
I
Jasper?
Yeah, I think so.
No? Is that right? It's been a while, so I don't remember all the
But
characters. You just
I
listen to
yeah,
it.
I just listened to it. Hold on.
Or Elm.
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 Loved him.
Yes.
Loved him. Loved Elm and loved Isbeth's cousin.
Not Isbeth.
I don't know.
Elspeth.
That's
Our
guys,
books are
we
merging.
are well, I'm 1/4 in
I'm midway through, the latest of Jennifer Armentrout. So, the Isbeth is that one. This one's Elspeth.
sorry, Elsbeth. I
Sorry, Elspeth.
apologize.
Yes, you are not in
1,000%.
the same
No,
category.
you are amazing. Um, I do have to say, in that book, in the second book, I kind of like the second book more than the first one.
I think I told you that too whenever I started reading it because you waited a bit before you started the second one. You read a few other things in between,
Yeah.
whereas I read it back to back. But I was on vacation and I
Yes.
was the opportunity had
Was
arisen for
there.
me to be
So
able to
you
do
had
that.
to grab it.
I took it. But yeah, I agree. I like the second one more. I mean, they were both equally
Yeah.
fantastic, but the second one was great.
I think that in the second one, we saw so many character development, and the plot twists that happened there
Just kind of
were
playing out.
amazing. It was There was a lot of things happening, but it was like quick,
Yeah.
and the way that they presented the secondary characters were
Mhm.
wonderful and perfect. Yeah, I really liked it. But also, I I loved the nightmare. Oh my
Loved
goodness.
him.
Oh my goodness, the nightmare. It broke my heart in so many pieces.
So yes.
Wow,
I mean, how much he protected her that she didn't really realize how much he was. I mean, and just that whole and again, that whole concept was so fascinating and how that kind of unraveled
Yes.
too.
Mhm.
And that being yeah, it was a beautiful love story.
Yes, it was. It was. Completely agree. 1,000%. And it's hard when you have two characters like in one. But she did such an amazing job of us knowing which one was coming forward. And even, I
Yeah.
don't know if it happened to you, but when I was reading and also I re-listened to it, um, when Raven was talking to the nightmare, you completely forgot that he was talking to Esbeth, Elsbeth.
Yes. Elspeth.
Yeah, 1,000%. You forgot about it. You're like, okay,
Well, So that's that tell me what you thought of when he took over. Um, I just imagined her like the girl from The Ring. Do you
Yes,
remember that
me too.
horror movie? I just because they kept describing her being all disheveled
Yeah,
and, and I kept picturing that, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah.
this just"
He
yes,
really loves you because if he stayed
because that's
there.
that's a hard one to crack right there.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it was. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I kept thinking about. I'm like, "How weird is this for poor Raven and everybody?"
Oh, I know. I know. But I really liked it.
I know. So, anything else you wanna add? So, we are now officially Rachel Gillig fan club members,
Yes, we are. 1,000%.
and I'm excited for the next one.
Yes. I think I will do a reread when the second one comes out.
Yeah, I might listen to it again just to kinda get snippets since it's gonna be
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it, you know? It made me feel a lot of things.
Yep.
I laughed a lot, I cried, I
Yeah.
was shocked, I did a couple of "I knew it,"
Mhm.
when I was listening to it, reading it. I do have to say, the Night and the Moth, I told Shelley, the first 2 chapters, I had to reread them because I had a little bit of a trouble of, like, so when I start reading, it's interesting. When I start reading, you're gonna laugh. Uh, I picture myself like on top of this uh, kid slide. So when I'm going into like this book, I get on the slide and then, so I have to go like a couple of times back up the slide because I'm like, wait, I'm stuck in the middle. I don't know where I'm supposed to end up.
I have not heard that concept before.
So that way I'm like deposit
Yes.
in the world. So at first I was like, wait, I couldn't. There are books that when I start them, for example, Quicksilver was one that as soon as I started it, I could picture the world very, very, quickly and easily. This one, it made me, I had a little bit of a hard time with it.
Yeah, I would say the same. It took me a little bit, but again, I think part of that is probably because this world is so
Yeah,
different from what we
yeah.
normally
We
read.
love that. Yeah,
Yeah, because I felt the same thing with, One Dark Window. It took me a bit to kind of imagine the setting, but it was a little bit harder with Moth in the Night. So yeah, but then it started to kind of clearing out, but
yeah.
yeah. All right.
I'm reading Shelley right now.
Oh, I'm reading The Primal of what is it now? I don't remember the
Blood and Bone.
Blood and Bone.
Okay.
That's all I'm reading right now,
Okay.
off and on.
Yeah.
That will be another episode that we'll
I don't
chat
think we will be able to talk about that book for a long while.
we
Uh,
might need to process it. We don't know what's to come.
no, no. So I'm on that one, and then I am.
I I know you're listening to something spicy.
So I downloaded this for Halloween. It was there's an author that I really like. Her name is JT Geisinger or something like that. Her books are spicy, but the way that she writes, it's amazing. I really like them. Um, so she and I want to say like 4 or 5 other authors, they did like little stories for Halloween, and there was one of like a vampire and a vampire slayer, and then there was another one that was a fallen angel. It's a good, but in one of those, Shelly, in one of those, it was an alien and a human. Oh my god, Shelly!
That's when intervention comes in. I told you, Yvonne. I said the second
Yes.
second an alien enters the stage.
That mano. The good thing is that I didn't know it was in the book, so and it was short. It was they're short stories. It's like maybe 5 or 6 chapters.
Okay.
But please know that while I was listening to it, you were on my mind all the time, judging me. You weren't even there, but you were judging me. And I
So
was
what
listening to it, and I'm like, Shelly would die. She would die. She was like, Yvonne.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Do not add this genre to your
No,
TBR.
oh, no, no. 1,000% you can rest assured that's not for me.
You're just gonna cut it off at snakes.
Yeah. By the way, I haven't finished that one, but I heard a little bit of the audio, and I think I'm gonna download the audio to see if I can listen to it. But yeah, and
Okay.
I'm also re- I have also another one of ravens in the yeah. It's I need help, people. I need help. So I'm sorry.
Look, I'm just intervening with aliens.
Yeah, no,
Let's stick to the main.
yeah.
Although, I mean, I can't you made fun of me because I did 2 wolf books,
No, that's nothing. Because yeah, no. When
but that's like that's kindergarten stuff compared to what you've got going on over
a
there.
1,000%, 1,000. I do have to say that the snake and the ravens are way worse than the alien. But granted, the alien was like 6 chapters long, and it was so cringe.
Well, thank goodness you think it's cringe.
Yeah. So see, not all is lost, Sally. Not all is lost.
All right, well, it was good to catch up today.
What?
Hopefully, we will find our rhythm and get some more out, and yeah. Until next time,
Yes. Happy reading.
bye.
Bye.